Hello everyone, Barb here with barbstamps.com, and today we're going to work on a card that uses kind of a color blocking technique. Now I did post this one on my blog, but this isn't the one we're going to make in the video today. We're going to end up making this one with the Daisy Delight stamp set and matching Daisy Punch. We're also going to use some of the new mini chevron Bermuda Bay ribbon and the lemon lime twist ink, which is also new to our catalog. So we're going to start out with some strips of cardstock. We've got the first one here that's a 1 inch by basically whatever you want it to be, because we're going to trim them down. So this is probably like a 1 inch by 4. And we've also got a 1.5 inch by, this one's probably almost 4.5 or something like that. But again, that doesn't matter. A 1 1/4 by probably 4. And our final one is a 1 3/8 by about 4. And we're going to stack these together, and then we're going to trim them off. So when I do color blocking like this, I like to adhere my strips to another piece of cardstock, because that just helps keep everything in line. So we're going to use a random strip of cardstock. I just happen to have one here that is Sweet Sugar Plum. The color does not matter. No one's going to see it. So what I like to do is, actually, we're going to stamp on what we need to stamp on these first. So I've got to stamp a greeting down here at the bottom, and then I've got a little kind of blob of flowers that I'm going to stamp up there. So here's the thank you greeting from the set, and then it's kind of triple tiny daisy stamp, if you will. So I'm just going to ink that up. Maybe I'll flip that over. There was a little dot on that. Stamp that near the top of that piece right there. I'm going to open my Bermuda Bay. We'll ink up this greeting. Tap that, and we're going to stamp that on this piece here down in the bottom corner. Okay, so we're done with our stamping. Oh, no, we're not. I need to get a little scrap of lemon lime twist. All right, here's a little scrap of lemon lime twist. And we're going to need one of these little flower middles that come in the stamp set. So you've got the daisy, you've got these little different flower middles you can put in. So we're going to use the kind of splattery one. Get a block here, ink that up, stamp that, and we're going to punch that out with a 1/2 inch circle punch. Okay, so I'll get that, set that up there, put our ink pads away so I don't make a mess, which I do quite frequently. Move my stamps out of the way. So I'm just going to take some liquid glue, and you could use snail, you could use tear and tape, whatever works for you. And I'm just going to scribble that on there. And I'm going to start with my first piece, and I'm just going to lay it right on that Sweet Sugar Plum strip. And then my next one is the lemon lime twist. And I want these to butt up together nicely. Okay, so I'm going to butt those together. Bring in my pool party piece here. Got some glue on my finger. Oops, same thing. I'm going to butt these together. So I'm kind of pulling them towards each other as I'm laying them on the strip. And then our final strip is the thank you strip. Same thing. And as you can tell, these aren't the same size. They don't line up on the sides. That's fine. That does not matter at all. Okay. So we've just got all those butted together. Okay. Make sure that it's pressed down pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I like to take a piece of Scotch tape, little pieces of Scotch tape, and I want to pull these together. So I'm kind of pulling them towards the lemon lime twist piece. And I'm just going to strip that piece of Scotch tape on there. I'm pushing those two together, because I don't want there to be any gaps, okay? That's my whole purpose of doing this. So I'm pushing these three together right here. And then this last one, I'll kind of push those together and tape that down. So that way I have a nice transition between the pieces on the front here. So now I'm going to get my paper trimmer. We're going to cut this off. All right, bring in the paper trimmer here. Now my card base is a 5.5 by 4. And so I want this piece to be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So I'm going to start out with it a little less than 4 over here. Cut all that off. I'm going to flip this over. Whoops, get that out of the track there. And bring this over to the 3 7/8 inch mark. Trim off those edges. So now it's nice and flush, it all lines up, and it's going to look great. I'm going to layer this on a piece of basic gray. This measures 4 by 5 1/4. And I didn't have the basic gray on my original card, but I kind of thought it might look better if it had a color behind it. What do you guys think? I think I like having another color back there. So we're just going to go for it. We're going to see what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to add glue to the back of this. Just use my liquid glue. Adhere that to my piece of basic gray. And it's just going to have a tiny, tiny margin sticking off around there. Okay. Press that down. I've got a piece of our Whisper White thick cardstock. This measures 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored it at 5 1/2. And now I'm just going to fold it in half and burnish that score line. All right. Then we're going to add this to the front of the card. We'll do the exact same thing. Just get the liquid glue out. Add some here. And by the way, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. You guys know how much I love that. It just lets me know you're enjoying what I'm doing. It helps my channel, and I just really appreciate it. Okay, we've got that on there. Great. Okay, now we need to add our daisies. So I'm going to bring in my daisy punch here, along with some Whisper White cardstock. All right, open up the punch, slide that in, give myself a daisy, and then I actually have another one right here that I punched out earlier. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue, put these together. So I'm basically just using the petals to let me know where the middle is. So we're just going to kind of twist that until it looks good. Then we have our little flower middle that we punched out earlier. Add some glue to that little guy. Right in the center of this double daisy. And then that's going to go right here on the card. I think I'm going to add some dimensionals to that. We'll put a couple dimensionals back here to pop this up. I don't know if you guys can tell this, but whenever I remove dimensionals, I always kind of push my thumb into it. It lifts up that backing paper, and you can just peel it right off because I don't have any nails, so I need all the help that I can get. All right, let's set that right there. And for my final trick on this card, I'm going to add a little bow tied with, or a little knot, excuse me, tied with our mini chevron. What is this exactly called? Let's call it the right thing, Barb. 3/8 inch mini chevron ribbon in Bermuda Bay. So all I'm going to do is just leave the ribbon on the spool, tie a knot, just like so. Get it so it looks nice and pretty. Some scissors out here, snip that off. We'll snip off the other side. I think I want them to be equal, so I'm going to trim off just a little bit more, like so. And then I need a glue dot. Get my mini glue dots out here. And I like to press my embellishment, whatever it may be, right onto the glue dot. Press it on there, and then you can just pick that right off. It's got the glue dot ready to go. We'll set that right in the center of the daisy. And there it is. Done. Super quick, super fun. I just love the new lemon lime twist with the Bermuda Bay and the pool party. It's just amazing. And what do you guys think? I think I like the one with the basic gray better. I just think having that extra panel just really looks good. So that's the way we're going to leave it. Anyway, thanks again for watching the video. If you need any supplies to create these cards for yourself, if it's not June 1st, you're going to need to wait till June 1st for the cardstock, the ribbon, and the daisy set and punch. If it's after June 1st, go hog wild. Go to shoppingwithbarb.com. Get your supplies. Use my monthly host code. Get yourself a free gift. Make sure you join my Facebook group, my VIP Facebook group for all my customers. And of course, there's a subscribe button right down here. Click on that so you can be notified when I upload videos. Thanks so much, everyone, and have a wonderful day.